And so it is here. Boku no Hero chapter 100, 100 is here. Officially, it can be ranked as one of the greatest. And, well, not the chapter, the manga. And, well, what can we say? It's about today to start special training as everybody begins to work on their change into suits. Their senseis begins to talk about many different things, why they need special moves. It's in a way to build how the character is gonna be, like judgment, mobility, fighting ability, communications, and stuff like that. And fighting abilities is what's considered is how you sometimes judge a hero. And if instead of being controlled by the situation, then they are able to bring stability of the situation. That is a mark of true heroes' fighting ability. The one's heroes are cremation or whatever, and ectoplasm. So so they begin to all train out by using ectoplasm's clone, while creation creates, well, towers. And so they all begin to fight. Turns out that they all love the trouble. Ectoplasm is judging Tailman's by saying he's judging the way his tail. Acid Girl, well, she's spraying too much acid. And so she tries to do it a little bit better. The strange thing is that when just it's small, when I cannot help but then when she does this and spray it out. I think that's a nod to something. Elsewhere, everybody else is fighting, but the only one who is not is, of course, Deku, because, well, he is concerned. He cannot overdo his hands unless he has a clear vision on what he can do. So, Ectoplasm says that, in a sense, if you haven't settled on a particular style yet, then devote yourself to the quirk for the day. All Might appears. I'm still a bit surprised no one has discovered that he and Deku have a stronger connection, because now he comes in here. Elsewhere, well, Bakugo is the one who does the most special moves, because, well, he's him again. The fact that he even calls his teachers just ectoplasm shows that he is still disrespectful. I still don't like that Arakawa is or Razorhead having so much praise for him. He is dangerous. I mean, he have some change, but the thing that he says, damn, it feels good to rage again. As the other, well, continues to train. Deku is the only one that is not. So All Might gives him one single hint. You are still trying to imitate me. But he apparently learned that from reading a book. Even the biggest idiots can become teachers too. As he gives out other encouragement to the other students, yes, so they do not pick up that he's just talking to Deku. It's the way that All Might is saying that, think, my boy, what is more important isn't what you right or wrong, it's whether you can think and get an answer yourself. Later during that day, Deku is still in the dark. Well, who can blame him? He is worried of overusing his arms. And he is no expert in costume designs or upgrades. So he thinks that if he shouldn't imitate All Might, if it's bad if he cannot move his arm anymore, maybe he should find a way to support his movements, some sort of reinforcements. Later on, Ida and Urahara are still have finished off. Urahara made use of some of her mobility to improve her fight hand-to-hand combat, while Idia migrated drawback using my Receprio. So later on, Deku is at the development store, and just as he opens it, a big explosion happens, which is pretty comical. Turns out, and then is that one teacher or another student saying, just because an idea pops into you, it doesn't mean you should go and build it. And then it's none other than a Google girl, or whatever her name was, who helped Deku during the tournament. Because apparently she conducted an experiment that went boom. Apparently she is inspired by Thomas Edison, saying something like, just because something doesn't do what you're planning to do doesn't mean it's useless. And of course, well, we seem to have a love rival. Well, I doubt this. I doubt the Google girl will become a love rival for Urahara. I mean, because she's so obsessed with technicians, I don't think she would even have a crush on Deku. But Urahara, with her jealousy, may very well do that, because as Google's girl stands up, she realizes that she has just landed on Deku, and she has a cleavage window, shows she is pretty well packed, and both Urahara and Deku just can scream in their heads, "Poops!" So we're introduced to the Google girl again. I'm gonna call it that. Oh yeah, it's her name is actually there. Hatsume was her name. I prefer to call her Google girl for now. So she gonna be the one to help Deku find some reinforcements. I mean, that only means it's only a matter of time before we meet that guy. What was his name? Shinso. I'm really gonna dislike meeting Shinsu again. I mean, that guy was too obnoxious. He complained so much that he was a villain, blah 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 blah. But in the end, if you complain so much, then why don't you just figure out your hand to hand? Your core can be powerful, but but your body is still too. So well, will Hatsume, the Google girl, help Deku, and will Urahara become very very jealous of her? I think very much so. What do you think about what's gonna happen? How will Deku find the reinforcements? Give me your thoughts if you have any.